Welcome back to the North Remembers, a discussion on House of the Dragon. We are at episode 7 of season 3. They called it a Dragon in the Winter, or Dragon in Winter, which I'm guessing has something to do with Helena's visions, which we'll talk about. So the intro, I think all that regular stuff that always happens, but at the end, I think the two little redheads sitting back to back in blood is, I saw some people commented and they were like, Ormond and Gawain? I think it's Darren and Gawain, because the one has long hair, that's like Gawain, not Ormond. So I think it's Darren and Gawain, because they seem more like they have a bond.
Well, when it showed that, because I almost took it as they showed two, like, black, and then it, like, almost flipped upside down, and then it was the white and the green and the red hair.
Oh, okay.
And I was wondering, was that maybe the
Dragon Riders flipping sides?
No, I was thinking the Butcher's Ball, because they were, like, laying down pretending to be dead.
Oh!
And then they got up and killed them. Because then immediately shows Cole with the
arrow in his face. Yeah.
And then kind of like the surrounding armies coming in, and then that goes back to the dragon symbol.
Maybe it was that. That was a good one. So off of King's Landing is where we start. And Helena is in one of her dreams, I guess.
States.
Yeah, she's dreaming, because you find out. But she's like just standing by a horse.
She's out like right up front of the keep, and she like walks up and there's like a white horse with like a carriage.
Yeah, and nobody's there. It looks like nobody is at the keep. No
and
cars.
It's like nighttime.
No villagers. Nothing.
And then the gates just seem to open up, and she like walks out in front of them to look
Somebody's
out.
calling her, yeah.
And then it's like a glow.
And then there's her sister, Rhaenyra, going, Helena, I'm sorry to disturb your sleep, but how's it going?
And Helena is like, have you heard word from my mother? And it kind of shows that it's been days. Like, we're not getting immediately.
And she looks haggard. She looks like she's been stressed out, crying. Like, she's not happy that her mother got... Because now she's got no backing, right? Her daughter's not with her. So she's just in a room by herself, and she needs, like, special care, right? Sensitivity, whatever. She's not getting any of that. She's just getting a guy outside the door, making sure nobody kills her.
Probably the only person to talk to her is Rhaenyra, and we get to see like how that goes.
Yeah, and Rhaenyra basically starts off by being like, "I hear that you see things, and that you may be a dreamer." And Helena's like, "I see flashes sometimes,
Some are more clear than others."
And she's like, "What's the last one you saw?" A gray mare. And then Rhaenyra's not pleased with that. She's expecting being a dreamer to be like epic, understandable visions that
Ormond's amassing the Tumbleton. These are his plans, like laying out shit.
Everything. This is what's happening over here. Like she's seeing things that are happening in real time.
She's fantasized because of the
stories.
Daenerys or whatever seeing the doom before it happens.
But we don't know how that was. She could have just been like fire burning, and her dad's like, we got to get her out of town.
Or it could have been years in the making. She's like doesn't understand what her visions are, and then it accumulates to, oh fuck.
Yeah. I wonder if that's how it was with the dreamer.
What do you think gray mare means?
Death?
It's just a gray...
An omen?
Horse? A mare is a female horse, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just didn't know what that meant.
I would guess death. That's the only thing I ominously think of. A lonely, pale-colored, kind of gray or white horse would signify to me like if I saw it in my dreams, I'd be like, yeah, that's not good.
But Rhaenyra starts grilling her, like, what do you see? And naming off all the shit that she has to deal with, basically.
Yeah, and it's like, tell me that the gods will name me victorious, like they surely want, right? Like, tell me.
Yeah. And she still has Adam and these dragons came to me out of nowhere. It's got to be a sign.
And she, like, grabs her by the hand, and she's like, I can't compel you, or no, I can't force you as your sister, but I can compel you as your queen. Now tell me, and Helena obviously like, let me go kind of thing. And then Rhaenyra realizes, whoa, okay, I'm coming on a little strong to one that's...
Yeah.
Because she does say something about like, when you see things, I think you may be a dreamer. She's like, well, I see the things or whatever. And then she asks, did Aemond ask you to fly with him to battle? And she goes, yes. And, well, Corlys assumed he might. And she says she didn't. When I was younger, I always wanted to fly.
Yeah, but she's like, now that when I get with the dragon, now when I see Dreamfire.
It's just, like, almost like it's too intense.
Yeah.
Being around it. Like, does she have a feeling? Can she hear what she's thinking? I don't know, but she basically being around her dragon, she doesn't go around her anymore. And
she said, our father was
our father was the same way. He renounced the power of dragons for a peaceful life. And she says, well, he didn't want it to change him. And she's like, you believe the dragons changes. Rhaenyra says to Helena, you think the dragons changes in some way? And she's like, you now have many dragons. Are you yourself not changed? And she's like, no. At least I don't want to be, you know?
Yeah.
But Helena's looking at her like, but you are. Right?
Yeah. You just sent my mom to go kill her kid. Like,
yeah, and I'm a hostage.
Yeah.
And my kid's nowhere to be seen. And I'm worried that you're going to kill this one. Like,
yeah. And in it, somewhere, before it kind of kicks off into Rhaenyra being a bitch,
yeah.
she's doing another tapestry. And I was like, oh, what is it? Because Rhaenyra
you don't see it. They don't do it. Yeah, she pulls it away from her.
What's that next one going to be?
The next vision. Harrenhal. So Aemond is practicing some more with his sword, like he does every day. And on one side of the entrance, in walks his mother, all winter coated out and everything, like when she left in the last episode. So you can presume that it might really be her. It is a little strange that she just waltzes into the place. But I guess all the other guys have been too, but they are always on their guard when they do. So it seems like a dangerous place. Like,
yeah.
All the
it's not like they have like a standing garrison, you know. So anybody could just
wander in.
Yeah.
So Alicent wanders in, and basically says that I'm here. I told you I'd come if I could, and he says you weren't taken captive. She's like, no, Helena was, but I was able to escape. Thank God. Whatever. And he's like, what about Aegon? She's like, he's most likely dead.
And she's like, it's been a tough
road.
Yeah, and she takes off her.
I'll be glad for a bed, just assuming that there is a bed for one, and that she's going to get it. But it does seem very strange, like she's automatically comfortable. Not Alicent.
And she's telling him, she's like, you're so brilliant to have stowed away here and unseen. Yeah,
no Vhagar. They're looking for Vhagar. Smart.
Yeah.
You're so wise.
And he's like, I figured everybody had abandoned me, like I was just forsaken here.
She's like, no, you're all I have left. And
when she takes off her winter jacket, she's dressed like Catelyn, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's very weird the way they did that.
Probably had to reuse
like blue and the white lace and stuff. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You reuse that 3,000.
And she's got like auburn hair, so I don't know, maybe it's just me.
Yeah, it was the way she looked. And basically she starts, how can I forsake my best and truest son? And then what does it say? She says, I failed you, is what she says to him. She's all sad, and I failed you. And then he's like, no. She's like, I was young. And they get all kind of close. And I can't remember which time it happens. Is it in the vision, which is what I'm about to give away, sorry, that he kisses her first, or that's in the real life? Because the vision, she kisses him first.
Yeah.
And then she's just like, they're full on kissing.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm
she has like a cheek, and then like on the lips, and he's like, oh, on the lips. Like,
sweet, and he goes for it.
Yeah.
And then they're like macking on each other. I had to mute this part because the boy's right here, and I'm telling him to be quiet because I can't just tell him to like close his eyes. That doesn't work when they're so fucking loud with their moaning and shit. Yeah. So then they lay down on the bed.
She's like tearing into his laces and stuff.
Then he like pushes her down, and it does the whole entry sound, not gross sound, but like her going, ah!
Yeah.
They do get kind of graphic with it. That's why I had to be like, boy, cover your ears too.
So, and then as they're going to town, basically, where he flips her over, and right there to me it looked like she was like, oh shit, like this is actually happening, like.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking she maybe was trying to dagger him right there, but now she's like not able to because she's vulnerable being on top or something.
Yeah.
And
she's like,
then she just goes right into it. She's like, I'm going to give you a son now.
And then he looks up like, what? And then he starts to see Alice. And then it's Alice that he's really with. And she's like, Aemond? And he's like, quickly throws her off. And he's like, sorry. And he has to leave. And she's like, what's wrong?
She says, what have you seen?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, is she not in control of these visions?
She must not be.
Yeah, because she says, what have you seen? And she's like almost like taken aback, like, I thought we were doing this thing.
Yeah.
And then as he like kind of walks around the bed and takes off, she kind of gives like a pissed off look, like I lost control of that one. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking she has like almost like Inception, like she can build a little foundation blocks.
Yeah.
But then it's really up to him.
Once he goes into it, it's how his mind takes it and where he wants to go.
And she does say later about how...
Yeah, what the Targaryen boys all want.
Yeah.
So then he's wandering out of that room like, what the fuck was that? That was cool, but not cool because it's bad. But I'm Targaryen, so it's kind of okay.
Wasn't really her. I'm a little upset.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, he's looking down. He hears footsteps, and he looks down. Or no, he looks up. Yeah. And then up on the fucking walkway is his mother in the same damn outfit as the vision 10 minutes ago. And he's like...
That's got to be messing with him so hard.
Like...
Wait, I was just, but it wasn't. Now you're here.
Oh, now you're here, and all that uncool / maybe cool shit didn't happen. What is going on?
Now he doesn't know who to trust.
What's going on? What's real?
Are you really Alice again, or are you Alicent?
Sounds like that place is really fucked up. You saw it with Damon, but then you're seeing it with him too, and it's like, no wonder nobody ever fucking claims it. They do. Plenty of people probably have, and they all.
Well, if Alice is like the longest surviving one, look what it did to her, you know.
It's made her
She's
fucking...
wackadoo.
Yeah, but she's not tormented by it. It's not
She embraced it.
Yeah.
She's a witch.
It didn't bother her none. So then...
A maester of sorts.
Yeah, a maester of sorts. And she didn't like that. Anyway, we'll get to that. Tumbleton. Off to Tumbleton. And it shows basically Rodney the Ruin...
The men marching on Tumbleton. To Tumbleton.
Yeah.
Not on it. They're 2 days out.
They're a ways out, and Gwaine and one of his little homies, I thought they were riding back to the high tower, and maybe they were.
That's what I wrote down. I was like, did he leave and get stopped and have to turn around
and be like,
back?
oh, fuck.
And now Ormond's like, well, you're stuck with us now? Or was it like he was out scouting? Like, he was like, I am going to stay.
Yeah.
I do believe in Darren, and he's scouting for him, and he came back. Like,
yeah, I wondered that too.
We did get to see Roddy the Ruin coming in.
With Cole's head on a pole. Cole on a pole. That was... So they just leave it rotting for days? How are they going to prove that to the queen eventually? Like...
I think with everybody
and the armor, he got his body still.
Well, and the whole army is like, no, that shit went down. It was cool as fuck.
It's cool.
Black Alice is like, I heard you're into Masseria and other women. I'm here for you. But
basically, Gwaine gets to Ormond and tells him the Rivermen have crossed the Manda. They're, how far are they? Or how many thousand, or how many are there is what Ormond says. And he goes, 200,000?
Yeah, or 20,000, whatever. It's just a lot.
It sounded like a fuck lot. 200,000 might be too big.
Yeah.
It sounded like a lot, and he's like, oh shit, okay. Well, it's okay. I have a piece on the board.
Yeah, it's like, it's too late now. Rhaenyra's done for. I have a new piece on the board.
That'll bring that bitch to her knees, and Gwain's like...
And he just walks off, and Gwain's like, what is it?
Yeah.
Like, you just going to leave me here?
Yeah.
I get this is a show, but a character needs to know.
Yeah, like, well, at least call me with you. Like, come, let me tell you. And then walk me off the scene, too. Off to the Vale, where Damon arrives fucking quick, and he just lands on the bridge.
It's a really cool shot.
Yeah, of him landing at the Eyrie.
It kind of hangs on the Eyrie, for a while, and then he lands on the bridge, and it just hangs there for a minute. It's like, yeah.
And then he just fucking slams open the door. There's a guard there that's like, my lord, fucking slams that guy out of the way. He's not carrying his sword, so he's not there with malicious intent. But he's like pissed off.
Yeah.
Okay, you swore. You gave me your word. Where is she?
Yeah. Is that? I thought at first
she's got a girlfriend.
I thought at first it might be my daughter or something like that, but I was like, wait, that's
a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lady of the Vale.
And he's basically like, you let her leave. She's like, what was I supposed to do? You really think I can will a dragon rider to do what I want? He's like, then put her in fucking chains.
Yeah.
You know, what's the big deal? And she's like, they already are speaking of a wild girl in the mountains.
Yeah,
Living with needles, and that was a
the
cool
nettle. Yeah, the one with like pines and nettles or something like that.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool little reference to the character that they replaced in a really good way. I actually didn't mind that because it kind of keeps. Well, it actually cheapens Damon's character from the book because he's not banging around town.
Yeah.
Like it makes him more respectable because he's a favorite of the show. So
Yeah.
I think they're like,
well,
we
you
don't want
can't
to
really
make
have
him
him be
back.
this. He had this whole come to Jesus, come to Lord Light, whatever, about supporting Rhaenyra because of his visions through the.
Can't let his dick get in the way now.
Yeah, but I before what happens later on in the episode, I thought that maybe she wouldn't have to be Rhaenyra; that she could just go as this Nettles character.
Yeah, and change her name.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's true. So she basically says, I'm finished with the whole fucking thing. It's in my best interest now to tell the queen of her flight. And he goes, no. You'll only blunt Rhaenyra's rage. You're not going to
Yeah,
get
the
rid of
best
it.
you can do is blunt her rage.
Yeah, the best you'll do is stall it. You're not going to fucking avoid it altogether. Give me one day. Give me one day to fucking go find my daughter.
And he hovers there for a moment, and he has to go,
Please.
and
And then she's like, okay. And then she says, I've heard that she's flown off. Where does she say? Vagar's off to ward off?
no, there was reports of Vagar, some market town.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's true, but that's probably what
And he's already out the
fucking
door.
on the way out the door right when he hears where that is. Then we got Bela. Cut to Bela and Adam. Still searching for Vagar. Still pissing and moaning. Bela is anyway. Like, I think this is pointless. She won't look at me. This is all bullshit. And Adam's like, well, yeah, that sucks. So, about my name, I can't get legitimate. Me and my brother really want to be legitimized. But the queen is being reluctant. She turns around and she's like, you know my standing since the bullet.
My word ain't gonna do anything.
It ain't gonna help.
He's like, but your father. Or your
Yeah.
your father,
Yeah, what about your father? She's like, why are you so concerned with names now? Surely you have something better in your dragon, right? He's like, yes, but if me and my brother,
Me or my brother happen to gain the favor of
a highborn lady, if we wanted to marry and we gained the favor of a highborn lady, and he's like smiling at her, like,
and she does not catch on at all, and she goes,
she just breaks his heart.
Your brother has spoken to you.
Yeah, and that I was like, in the living room. Oh, and Warren's like, what? I was like, oh, you don't know. You'll know. I hope you don't know that hurt someday.
That one hurt.
That's the friend
but
zone.
he's
real
saved
hard.
he's saved by a dragon sighting. They don't have to cover. They don't have to talk about that.
That
Because
awkward
immediately
stuff.
they see sheep stealer, and they're like, "What is that?"
He's like,
is it
Vagar?
Vagar? And she's
She's
like,
like,
"No."
Nope.
And it cuts away.
Boom, and then they're gone.
And it's back, in Harrenhal. Alicent's trying to really hard sell. They're walking through the halls and stuff, Aemond, and she's really trying to put a hard sell on this guy that helped her break out, and she only had enough money for some horses, but his loyalty is unquestioned. He's been keeping her
God
safe
knows
this whole
what could have happened to
time.
me on the road, you know.
Even in King's Landing, he kept me safe and stuff like that.
He stayed loyal when everybody else, opened the gates, whatever, And he's like, And he just stops her in the hallway, mid-turn, and grabs her. Like eyeballs.
Like,
She's
are
like,
you real?
and that's when you see real Alicent, because she does that really good. Yeah, she's a good actress because she played the confident Alicent, but then she goes back to, the real Alicent, which is like,
Yeah.
have I offended you? Like, scared of her own son. Like, I could have never grabbed my mother and like that and had her be scared.
Well, and also,
There was
I
like
like how it gives away that Aemon's still tripping.
Yeah.
He still is like, there's no way that my mother's here.
How the fuck did you get here? Like, really?
Yeah.
And that's why he's still suspicious, right?
Yeah.
So he walks out there. Okay. It's like, no. It didn't offend me, whatever. Go to walk out. And there is the guy standing there. She's like, here he is, my protector, sir, whatever.
In front of the weirwood.
Yeah, and he's standing there and he's like, Aemond looks him up and down. He's like, seems I owe you a debt of gratitude or whatever. He's like, I only did what my conscience commanded me to do. The Dowager Queen was treated poorly,
And you see Alicent's watching as they're both kind of like hands on hilts and shit like that.
like eyeballing each other.
Read the body language.
And then fucking, he is so fast and he is so smooth with it. He holds it. Aemon's like, does his fucking cheesy politician smile, like holds out his hand. And as soon as the guy fucking grabs hands, he pulls out his dagger and throats him.
Yep, through the chin, between the eyeballs.
Fucking grabs it, choking out. Just fucking drops him. And then she's like, Aemond! His mother freaking out.
And he ducks down, he's like wiping his blade. I'm sorry, mother. There's like secrets here.
And I can't trust strangers.
Can't trust any strangers. And because I was wondering, it's like, is he weary of Alicent and that's why he's doing this? But it really is just like, he's a loose end. I'm not going to deal with just a rando.
And I didn't think about it until the second watch that the secrets are the dragon eggs. He can't have anybody that he hasn't met before or trust completely have the knowledge and be able to get back that we also have a clutch of fucking...
I forgot about the eggs, yeah.
But I don't know what he plans to do with those. They'll be hatchlings. I mean, he can go hide and come back with a force of fucking 10 dragons and wipe her out when her dragons are old, I guess.
Yeah, but it's like maybe his children can...
have dragons, that's true, carry on the legacy, because he does consider what Rhaenyra is doing to be blasphemy and fucking horrible.
Yeah, but so after all that, all of a sudden Alice is behind them. She's like, "You're just in time for supper."
And she's like, Alicent's like looking like, who's this?
Who the fuck?
Is this broad? And we're off to Templeton. And Aemond is treating Corlys to lunch, I guess, and he's just like talking up the meat. He's like, I don't know how maesters say the fat of an animal is good for sustenance or whatever. I don't know how anything so slimy and slippery could be considered benign. And Corlys just looks at him. What is this? A last meal.
Yeah, the pigeon before the axe.
The pigeon pie before the fucking executioner's block. Is this? It's like, no, on the contrary. We hope to enjoy your company for quite some time.
We think you'll be very valuable in our return endeavor.
As a hostage. And he doesn't buy it, Corlys, And then Aemond is like, no. Like you're acting, obviously not. I don't think the queen would be so bereaved of her hand walking away.
Her wayward hand as to throw away her position.
Yeah.
Corlys like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I pissed her off. That's probably true. He's like, however, Driftmark might feel differently about marching into King's Landing to help them out
while their lord is captured.
It's like, I see. And then he tries to
and Darren chimes in. He's like, why?
How does that help with the Winter Wolves, though?
Yeah.
What about those guys? And Orm is just like, and he does it so well. Like my kid, sorry. I'm a stern dad, but that's how Orm is when I'm like that. Like, okay, obviously you don't want to hear what I have to say, he says.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like when Daenerys tells Selmy and the other guy that she's like, I take your counsels, but do not ever question me in front of company, like in front of strangers. And that's how Aemond is basically like, you little bitch.
Like, I will make you king.
Well,
like, don't you fucking make me look like a fool in front of our fucking hostage. And then he's like, I much prefer, I've considered switching my diet to
that of just the vegetable family.
Yeah, the vegetable kingdom or whatever.
Like the Noth you do or whatever.
And then Corlys was like, what is,
what are we doing here?
What are we doing here? Kind of thing. And he's like, what is it you see in them anyway? The Targaryen and their lot.
Ilk.
He's like, I mean, I know your wife was one of their blood, but that ended,
predictably.
Yeah, predictably is what he says, and Corlys gets pissed. He's like, with people who would eat their own, and Corlys, like, that's when he stands up, pissed off, and Ormond kind of looks at him like, what are you going to do? And he's smart about it.
It's kind of like it's the truth. Like, I'm not slandering her. I'm just saying this is what has happened, kind of thing.
Yeah. It was pretty easy to guess that if she rode her dragon into battle, she was likely to die.
It's like rich snobbery is like, what you're saying is fucked up, but you're telling the truth.
Yeah. So Corlys was like, I would like to return to my cell. Oh, and I like the point at the very beginning, I did miss this, that he's like, Lord Corlys, you really should try the wine, and he does that thing again. He's never drinking with people he don't feel comfortable with.
Yeah. It also kind of reminds me of a callback to Roose Bolton, too. He would do that.
Roose Bolton was smart that way.
Yeah.
Huh? Like, I don't trust none
I
of
don't
them.
drink, and Jamie's like, you see how that might come off as suspicious to some people. And he's like, builds the senses. But, yeah, so he's like, I'd like to go back to my cell, and he's like...
As you would, and, but one more thing, Lord Corlys, and he has his knife in his hand. And I knew it was going to be some sort of fucking message. I didn't necessarily guess ring.
I didn't get it the first time until the rewatch. I was like, oh!
I thought it might be an ear.
I didn't even think about that. I was like, wait, what was it for? This is twice now. He did the same thing to Gwen. He's like, one more thing.
Yeah.
Gone.
So then you got Darren and Gwen talking, and Darren's basically like at his wit's end. He's like, what am I supposed to do? He's gonna fucking...
He won't heed my counsel. He wants to make me king, but...
Yeah, and he's convinced he's got some sort of plan on the board. He's like, what does it matter? What is the discontent of King... Gwen says this. What does the discontent of King's Ladder matter with the fucking winter wolves at our door? And Darren's like, yeah, that's kind of like what I said.
Yeah, yeah, and he's like...
And
what does this play with Corlys? And Gwen goes, is this his piece on the board?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't understand it. And it seems like Darren's kind of sick of the way that Ormond's running shit.
And he's embracing the idea of maybe, not necessarily being king, but these people do look up to me as their leader, and I am going to let them die.
Yeah.
For nothing, for a pointless kind of thing. So he's like, what kind of king would I'm supposed to be king. How can I just stand by while a tyrant
massacre happens?
Yeah. Leads us to our ruin? And he's like, no, it'll be fine or whatever. Gwen's like, no, calm down. And he's like, I could order the army to surrender. And he's like, what then?
So we all get led to the gallows?
Yeah, she's not going to forgive us.
Yeah.
We're all going to, the winter wolves are going to kill us if we surrender. It's not like they're going to...
Better to go out and battle than just be...
Because he does say, I'm sorry for your friend.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sorry for your friend. And he's like, he chose to die and gave himself to the dust.
And Ormond earlier, when Gwen came and told about the winter wolves, he does say, so
your foolish Dornish friend.
Dull and dim Dornish friend or whatever died for nothing.
Died for nothing.
And Gwen gives him a look, and I liked the look because he was like, I told you that's why I came here, and you gave me shit for being like a coward, but now when he dies...
He fails, he's a loser,
yeah.
And I was actually smart the whole time?
Yeah, like, fucking, you can't have it both ways, Ormond. But yeah, so Darren's like... I can flee, or Gwen's like, you could ride off on your dragon. He's like, who would follow that?
Yeah, he's like, well, he'll just continue what he's doing. And who would take me in anyway? A king who left his people to die.
Yeah. He's like, no, if I'm going to ride this out,
I got to stay here too. Off to the Red Council. Where, basically, fucking, what's his name? Manderly is fucking complaining, am I getting death threats? My daughter came home the other night and some sort of foul matter was spread across the side of my house. And Rhaenyra's like, I don't know what you want me to do. Yeah. He's like, my queen.
It would seem that I was put in this place to merely take the fall.
Yeah, he's like, you named me in front of a group of petitioners the reason for all of our money woes. And she's like, well, what have you done to solve it? And he's like, what can I do? The minute we get any money, it's gone.
I propose taxes. That's falling on deaf ears.
Yeah, nobody listens to me about that. She's just...
I'm hoping he gets a big breakout in the next season.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't enough in this one. I know we got another episode left. I don't see Manderly being a key part of it.
And then he does say that right after that part. He's like, if I feel, it seems as though I have been put in this position as some sort of scapegoat. And Masari is just sitting there
like... it kind of cuts around to everybody being like, yeah, you didn't see that in the first place? Even Orwell's like,
okay, I'm just here
You're
like
just realizing this?
this.
But then immediately Rhaenyra's looking at him and she goes, "Where's Corlys?"
Yeah. What about Corlys? He's still doing his thing. Okay. And Harrenhal? No word from them. What about Daemon? No. Fuck. So, well, she's basically trying to figure out what everybody's up to. Harrenhal, Daemon. No news is happening. All of a sudden, Alan. Oh, I'm sorry, Adam. I keep mixing those two up when I was writing them down too. Adam and Baylor walk in, basically reporting on. We saw Sheep Stealer. What? And we saw him over here by this place. And she's like, no, but the reports say he never goes. That's not in his character. With a rider. Like, he has a new rider. And they're like, no.
Well, they go, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. And she's just like, and you can hear like that music from earlier, like her going insane music, her rage, her internal rage.
And like a tune out, like a hum,
Yeah.
like a ringing, almost like everything kind of drains out.
She's just like, and Masari is even like, and then boom, cut to her walking through the halls, just mad talking shit on Daemon. Right?
Yeah, Masari's hard selling.
See, motherfucker, did you not once question that head that he brought wasn't real? And he was in the Vale, in the Riverlands for a long time. Fucking Sheep Stealer is seen again with a rider, even though he told you he brought the head of that rider.
Yeah, I've never lied to you, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
He's now proven multiple times to not heed your counsel and to be...
Yeah, he's floated your authority multiple times. He's ignoring this, and she's like, I have to believe that he's still, she's like...
Especially in this time of, like, where I need him the most.
That he's here to help me. And she's like, but you're great. And she goes to touch her. She grabs her like a lover or a friend would. And Rhaenyra is getting very hoity-toity now that she's actually the queen.
Yeah, it's like the same thing as when Alicent grabbed her.
Yeah, she like looks at her like...
And even, I think you can see like the Queen's Guard behind her, like, kind of like...
That would be a fucking irritating aspect of your friend becoming royalty.
Yeah.
Well,
it wasn't really her friend. Like, I guess, okay, now, after what all they've been through.
All they've been through. You would hope they're friends.
But, yeah, and it's just like, oh, she's hard, like, selling. Daemon has repeatedly gone against you and shit like that, and I haven't. Like, it's Viserion versus Daemon. It's been that way.
Yeah, and then she goes to touch her. She says, no, kind of, don't touch me. And she does go, so she does kind of believe her a little bit. At least it does sow the seeds of doubt, because she looks at the guard and she goes, summon Sir Adam. Like, go get Sir Adam. Like, right now. Don't know what that's about. But off our guard goes to do it, and Rhaenyra leaves. Masari is standing there and saying, hopefully that worked. Now, we're off to the road to Maidenpool. And they're riding in together, and Aegon's just looking sad and miserable as ever. And Larys is just like giving him like, almost like, knowledge of the land, interesting tidbits and facts.
This would be great reason, or great things that's happening. Like they say the grapes are so sweet because of the way the sun...
The temperature in Lys or wherever, the Bravos.
Yeah.
And it's going to be great. Like the wine, that's why the wine's so good, and this and that and the other.
Lannister is like, if
One
you're
more
trying
time
to sell me for why we're going to be going here, like, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
One last time, I have to pitch. Aegon, come to Castaway Rock.
We'll be fine. We'll rebuild your strength. It'll be all good. And then people are fleeing. Like women and children running with their goats, their cows, all their shit. And Aegon asks, my lady, what are you doing? We're, fleeing. Maidenpool. Did they say Maidenpool?
They just say someone's marching.
Yeah, army on the march. And he's like, whose? And she says, my brother saw the banner of...
Like a white fish on a red field or something like that, and he was like, Maidenpool.
Yeah, Mooten and Maidenpool. That's where we're going, Maidenpool. They're loyal to Rhaenyra. We're not going to be good there. We should go back to Rook's Rest. And he's like, Clubfoot's like, no, we could have been discovered. Well, that's the only place that we can go and hide where the king can stay safe.
Yeah, the walls will be... It's not a good enough castle where they'll want to come in, but good enough to, like, we can lay low and not be seen.
And defend it if we have to.
Yeah.
You know, should the worst happen. And that's kind of, I guess, what they decided to do. It
just kind of seems like they're going to turn around.
We got to go back. We got to go back to Rook's Rest. Then we're off to Harrenhal, where they're having a very awkward family dinner. Aemond's just fine. He's just like fucking rubbing, fucking loving it. And Alicent's like sitting there. And Alice is like trying to talk to her. So the road must have been a long journey, you know, and fraught with danger. Half the stories I've heard of the King's Road are true. And Alicent just stops her right there. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know who this woman is.
Yeah.
And ignores her. And that pisses Alicent off so bad. She's like, looks at him.
Alice, yeah.
Yeah, Alice, sorry. And he's like, she saved my life. You know, or how did you two come to meet? That's what she says. How did you come to meet? And he's like, she saved my life. She's the keeper of this castle.
Yeah, she's like, she's come to basically like inherit this castle. And she goes, well, I don't know who this woman is. Doesn't tell me who she is. She is a lady and a maester of sorts. He's like, you know, I'm going to take this seat as my...
And stay here with her. And as this is my seat, she's like, your steed.
He's like, that's what you advised me to do. Because that's what she kind of did.
Yeah.
So this will be your new seat of power. You'll have Daemon's head. I'll
Yeah.
come and see you, and we'll have a big banquet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I really like what he says right here. It's like really smart. He was like, this will be my seat of power. This is my lady now, and we'll stay here. And she goes, what about Rhaenyra? She's the one that seems to be in power.
Yeah, she's Rhaenyra sits the throne. She's got 6 dragons. She's rules now. We have to accept that, whether we like it or not.
Yeah, and he's like, her dragon riders are not...
Written by commoners.
Yeah. She's like, she's tainted the
Our
dragon
royal
riding
house.
pool, the throne, our name. He's like, we will sit here and regain strength.
She's sown the seeds of her own ruin.
Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, he's kind of right. It's like, Ormond is kind of, only way he's winning is because of the townspeople.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
The small folk
Yeah.
turning on her.
Yeah.
Because she can't.
Kind of like she did with
Yeah.
Aegon. You know.
Yeah,
Turned barricaded, they didn't get any food, and then she was the only one that
But
gave
that
them
looked
food
like a
and
hero, even though she was the one that
Yeah.
fucking caused it all to begin with.
And
They clearly don't like each other, the women.
yeah, and she's like, well, surely your mom will want to move on from here. She doesn't want to stay here. And he's like, there's nothing for her back.
Hightower perhaps. And he's like, nope, there's nothing for her here. There. She'll stay here with us.
She's like, our climate doesn't suit her. And he's like, no, she's going to stay. She still has worth. She could be still worth something to stay here.
Yeah.
And she gets up and storms over
Over
to
the fireplace. We're out of wood.
It's such like an old couple. Like
And he does, and he looks at her too and like fucking throws his plate. Fine.
Fine, I'll go.
Like basically like, come with me into the other room to argue.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to argue in front of your mother, but we're going to argue. It was like a modern couple.
And that's when he is right there. He's out there chopping wood.
Yeah, and he's like, I will not be fucking talked to like an ignorant child and stupid shit. And she's like, there is a fog that surrounds her.
Yeah, she's come to do you great evil.
And he's like, I know, first he's like, she's always had her secrets, most of them poorly kept.
Yeah.
And that's when she's like, there's a fog that surrounds her. She's come to do you some evil. And he's like, he looks her right in the face, real pissed off. He's like, yeah. Yeah. And he basically says,
you'd be wise to keep your dark thoughts in your head.
Yeah, to yourself.
Yeah.
She's like,
and what is she says something, and he goes, that's exactly it. Now we've gotten like the root of it. You are jealous for like my attention with her or whatever.
Yeah, you want me all to yourself.
Yeah.
And that's when she says that she's not here for, she does mean you ill will or whatever, and you keep those dark thoughts to yourself. And she's like, you Targaryen boys only want one thing. That's an incest joke. She's fucking slamming him with it.
Yeah, because Daemon and his visions.
That means, does she see the vision? Does she know what he sees?
Yeah, well, I think, again, she has a little bit of control, or at least a little bit of, like, she can kind of see what they're seeing. Because that definitely references she saw that Daemon was getting it down with his mom in his vision, and Aemond now, too, so she she's in tune with kind of what they're saying.
Yeah, and their vibe and weirdness about it.
Yeah, but she does. Yeah, it's hilarious that she does that.
And then it cuts to Alicent like walking outside, freaking out. Like she clearly knows, okay, something's up. This gal doesn't like me, but she's in my son's ear. He's gone off the handle. He wants me to stay. Like I'm a hostage here. She really wants her daughter safe. That's her real goal. She's really stressed out clearly about that. So she goes to the dead guy, the dead guy that brought her there. And she's looking for anything she could find to defend herself or use on Aemond or Alice. And she finds a knife. And at first I thought that was it. And I was like, what? That's going to be quick and kind of violent, right? But then she looks over and she just happens to see like a nightshade flower.
That's what I was thinking is maybe instead of the caterpillar, she got the idea because she heard Helena say, no, they eat the leaves of the nightshade. That would be deadly to people like us. So she was like, oh shit, nightshade. I'll make a little
key for him. And so she sees the leaves and ding ding, moment of fucking clarity. Like that's how I'll do it. I don't have to fucking, thank God, I don't have to hack and slash somebody.
Yeah. I don't know if I could stab my son.
This is going to be so much easier. And back to Rook's Rest, where Mooton's men are near, and Clubfoot and Lannister. So they made it to where Rook's Rest is fleeing now too. Everybody at Rook's Rest.
Yeah, so they're getting back to
They've
Rook's
got
Rest.
word at least that Maidenpool's army is close by, and even the people that were hiding out at Rook's Rest do not feel safe, and they're fleeing.
And Tangletongue, the one that tells them, he's like, Mooton's on march. Looking for Lannister. They heard
your friend Lannister.
Queen Rhaenyra's heard that he's on the loot, or he's out and about and headed for Rook's West, so they're coming here.
They're looking for the Queen's gold,
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. Lannister's even like, oh fuck, damn it. And so basically, the idea is, what are we gonna do now?
Larys immediately is like, well, you should
Give
turn yourself in.
You ride forward, you turn yourself in, you give the king a chance to escape. And then he's like, you're the king or you?
Yeah, he's like, if they get you, they'll turn directly and go to King's Landing.
Yeah.
That'll give us time to get to Bravos and everything.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I'm not just gonna give myself up so everybody else gets to live.
Yeah.
Like,
he says, let me take me and a few of, or Aegon and a few of my riders or something like that.
yeah, we will ride hard.
Because I imagine those horses came from him and his men or whatever.
Yeah.
There's two guys behind him as they're talking.
The sellswords, yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, we'll ride hard, we'll get out in front of them, and maybe
like, are you fucking that thick? He's like, Rhaenyra is hunting you. No matter where you go, she wants you. They will find you.
Yeah.
And therefore they will find the king. So if they find you now, they won't even keep looking.
When he kind of does the whole thing where he's like, being sworn to our king, like, we would do anything, whether the sacrifice or whatever, to make sure that he's safe. So, like, you should do this now.
Yeah. And he's like, and me and the king, give me and the king time to escape. And Aegon's like, no. And he's like, Your Grace? And he turns around and he's like, you too, save your own skins, do what you will, but I'm done running. And then Clubfoot's like, please, this is madness. Lannister, one last time, try to appease the king to this is fucking stupid. And he's like, I'm not going to die like that. I'm not going to die a fugitive or a fox in a hole.
A nameless fucking...
Nobody that was killed by my brother.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have the histories remember me as being killed in obscurity by my own brother. Like, he'd rather die fucking standing up to some army.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to stand sword in hand, and he even mentions my dragon by my side or whatever.
Right here with my dragon.
I think his plan is to, like, not go to Rook's Rest, go outside or whatever where Sunfire was.
Yeah.
I'll die next to Sunfire.
My dragon.
Yeah.
So when they tell the stories, he died next to his dragon.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then he's like, I'll say, Lannister's like, I can't leave the king to stay and die for with an army meant for me. And then there's two sellswords, which now realize we're not getting paid. They fucking bail.
Yeah.
So they ditch out on Lannister and Strong. Right then, like, oh, the guy paying us?
And it's funny because Larys wanted to sacrifice Lannister, and now Lannister's the one manning up, being like, I'll stay with you.
Yeah.
And we'll do this.
We'll do it together then, if that's how you want to do it. And he's like, well, that's it. I can't talk you guys out of it, you know.
If you're resolute in this, there's only one thing left for me to do.
And he goes to leave. He's like,
see you, gents.
Yeah, gentlemen, you know. And he's like, you would really leave your master to die? He's like, I am a cripple, Lord Lannister, and not too proud of a man to admit it and acknowledge that I would be no real help in the fight.
Yeah.
Like, I'm no good to you guys. What? I would leave, you know, I'm going to flee, whatever it is. Like, unless, of course, my king commanded me to stay. Meaning I'm willing to fucking die, too.
Yeah.
But I don't want to die, and I'm going to die quick, right? You guys are at least going to get a sword swing in or two. I'm not going to do shit.
I don't know.
But I will.
Sword.
Yeah, but I will if my king, you know, should command me to do so. And he's like, no, Lord Larys is right. He'll be no good to us here.
Yeah.
You know, go on.
And Larys is like, I'll make sure that your name and story is spread on through.
Your brave last few hours. Lannister's like, yeah, you piece of shit. You motherfucker.
So Larys pushes out.
Yeah, so Larys basically leaves, and Lannister rides up with Aegon's horse and hands him the reins like grace, and they're gonna keep going.
And Aegon seems like all of a sudden kind of excited. He goes, come to his horse.
Yeah.
Like he's ready to go.
He's like ready to end it all.
I'm not gonna jump ahead, but I do want to say a few things here. First of all, I'm now more convinced that he is going to where Sunfire. It's not just to directly to the army or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you think, and I don't remember what he did it with, but when that guy came up and found his crown and said Gregor, what did he kill him with?
I don't know.
Was it the dragon scale? Was he fucking around with the dragon scale and that guy came up and he just grabbed it and killed him with it?
I didn't see what he
And
killed him.
if so,
Is it blood on the
is
dragon?
it blood magic and that's how Sunfire came back?
Blood on the dragon. Spoiler,
But
but
Aegon's like intent with the blood to kill, and that's like
I did wonder because later, and we will get to it, but he looks as though he's disappointed in a moment. I'll talk about it.
Yeah, well, I have it written down because the next scene's the best, and that's what we're getting to.
Yeah. So, cut to Sheep Stealer just flying through the air, and fucking in comes Caraxes, just fucking bites him on the
downs him from above,
biting on his back and on his neck, scratching him, fucking forcing Rhaena to land right in this big old field. They both fucking land. Boom! He slides to the ground and Caraxes land. He jumps off and runs up to her. You know, you swore to me. What the hell are you doing here? And she's like,
I think the first thing she says is she's like, "Get back! Like he won't feed me."
Yeah, he won't heed me. And he's like, what the hell are you doing? You swore you stay where you perched. She's like, I thought I could live like this, but I couldn't. Far away from everyone, alone, far away from everyone who loves me, So what's your plan? Seen Vhagar. Vhagar's been seen around here. He's like, yeah, we heard that too, but she's gone. Well, maybe if I can find her, what's your plan,
He's like, what, you think you take down Vhagar and now Rhaenyra's not going to be...
And she's like, well, at least carry me some favor. At least give me a chance to ask for mercy. He's like, you'll fucking die in a heartbeat.
She's gonna kill you anyways. And she's like, well, then I'll be killed with my conscience.
Yeah, then I'll be absolved, free, I'm clear. Not just partially absolved. Then I'll be free and I'll die of it. Yeah. At least I'll die rather than live with it. And he's like, no, he's gonna do it. I'll do it with you.
We have more of a likely chance of taking her on both of us.
And she's like, why would you do something like that? And he's like. And he finally breaks down and talks to her. He's like, I didn't have a dragon when I was younger.
Well, at first he was like, I wasn't there a lot when you were younger. It was kind of negligent. He goes, do you even know that I didn't have a dragon when I was young?
Yeah. My mother died in childbirth when I was 3 years old. My brother sank into sadness. I was alone, just like you.
I didn't realize that. I forgot that he didn't have one at a young age.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. So basically, he's like, I'm going to help you do it. We're going to do it together. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they see fucking Moon Dancer and fucking Sea Smoke. Which means Adam.
Cyrax and Sea Smoke.
That's what I messed up again, too, because when I was watching it, I thought that, too. Anyway, Cyrax and Sea Smoke. And they're just riding in hard.
And Rhaenyra's like, you fucking sold me out.
You betrayed your own daughter. He's like, I swear I didn't. I swear.
He's like, I didn't beckon them or whatever. And she was like, he's like, no, seriously. I don't know why they're here. They shouldn't be here.
And she goes to go to the dragon, and he's like, leave him. They will tear you from the sky.
Yeah. You have no chance. 2 dragons against your untrained, and you're untrained 1.
Yeah, there's no chance. Run, Flee.
And this part again here, I was like, if she gets away, he could just say it's a rando, and then she goes by Nettles. Maybe she fucks up her.
Yeah.
I don't know. With Rhaenyra, she probably still sees it.
Yeah, who it was, recognize her. But she bails, runs through the field, then boom, they land, and she immediately sends Adam go after them.
Fucking Usain Bolt take down this little kid.
And she tells her dragon, Caraxes, to be like on guard, be on point, be ready for whatever. And she tells Daemon, what is your deal with Sheep Stealer's rider? And tell me the truth, because you will not have another opportunity to fucking lie to me.
Yeah. And he's like, I
never wanted to lie to you.
Yeah.
And she's like, then what is this? And he's like...
And then all of a sudden the dragon kind of turns over and you see Adam's dragon Rhaena back.
And her dragon Sheep Stealer's
Sea Smoke and Sheep Stealer are like on a standoff, like I don't want to attack because my master is in there too.
And Rhaenyra looks over and he's like, Rhaenyra, she's not herself.
She's not her normal self or whatever. And then Adam unmasks her.
And she's like screaming, ah!
Yeah.
Ah! Like a screaming child, and he like throws her down. And she looks, and Rhaenyra's just like,
at
it
first
cannot be
denial.
you.
She's like, no, it can't be you.
And she's dropped. She looks at her with like a sad face, like, no, it was me. And she's like, drops to her knees. No, she drops to her knees after she's like, this ends now. And she drops.
So it says Rhaena drops to her knees, and when Rhaenyra goes to approach her, Sheep Stealer freaks out.
Yeah, and that's when Sheep Stealer freaks out and goes to attack. And then Caraxes goes to defend Rhaenyra, right?
Yeah, and Sheep Stealer kind of fucks up Cyrax at first.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I was worried, is that going to play into the flight later that we know is supposed to take care of somebody else in the story? If they even go with that, because I think we know how this season's going to end, which means this season was bunk as fuck, by the way. We're going to get into that. Anyway, yeah, so Caraxes goes to defend Rhaenyra too. And Rhaenyra, they notice that the dragons are going to fucking at war point now.
Yeah.
She runs and says, move!
Her, Adam, and Rhaena all take off.
Move! And they run to the side, and then boom, yeah, they start fucking ripping into each other.
Cyrax fire blazes Sheep Stealer. They're kind of
He just kind of deals with it too.
Fucks him up a bit. Cyrax starts getting fucked up.
Grabbing her by the neck.
Neck's all getting chewed up, and he finally starts like scratching and getting Sheep Stealer a little bit.
Sea Smoke's a little bit there, but then Daemon runs to his dragon, gets on, and then fucking grabs with the back feet.
Caraxes fucks dragons up, dude. Caraxes is mean. Like the worm style, because it's so long. It gets it with the back legs, but like the whole meadow, its front legs is like wrapped around the other side. Now it's ready to start attacking him. It's crazy.
Fucking pulls him over, flips him over. She commands Adam, go help Daemon. He jumps on Sea Smoke.
All 3 of the dragons start fucking Sheep Stealer.
She jumps on Caraxes with Rhaena and Cyrax, sorry, and she tells Rhaena, like, go with me. And Rhaena's like, looking back, no.
Like, no, my dragon. And the Sheep Stealer, like, they kind of gave it some good characteristics, like, hey, help me.
Yeah, like looking like, what? I thought we were homies now, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then she rides off and them to fly away. No! Freaking out again. The Sheep Stealer's losing the fight.
Yeah.
And then Daemon's like, escort the queen, I'll finish this. And he tells Caraxes, kill him, Caraxes, and then he goes to do it. Gets a tail whip, knocking Daemon off the dragon. But then the dragon immediately goes to defend him, not kill Sheep Stealer. So its number one priority is to defend its rider. Because Daemon lifts up his head and Caraxes is like right there.
Nudges him or whatever.
Dad.
And there is like a second where he gets up and he just looks at Sheep Stealer, and Sheep Stealer's like has to crawl away. It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
But he does like let it get away.
Yeah, so is it dying?
I don't know. I'm wondering if that's going to be something that later comes up between him and Rhaenyra or something like that. Is he going to come back and again be like, I took care of it? But Sheep Stealer could come back and maybe there is a Nettles or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
We could have a
because they say Sheep
Stealer.
Stealer. Yeah, he's one of the 3 that is alive at the end.
Yeah.
of the dance. There's like moon dancer, morning, and fucking sheep stealer. That's it.
How does the cannibal die?
Gets her to five.
Is that the one that dies? The guy that actually used the mirrored armor or mirrored shield,
I can't remember.
and he could get close enough because the dragon could only see itself, and then he kills it. Something like that. You know,
Yeah, they.
we're not going to dive into the books too much.
Yeah, that was really awesome to see the dragons actually fight and how it's not so much fire like you would think.
I think that's basically why the rest of the season sucked. Is that probably cost
a lot of money.
like half the budget of the whole series, the whole season within that 3 to 5 minute shot.
And the guys working on it and be like, that wouldn't work. Look, sheep stealer's tail's inside Seasmoke's face. Fix that, you fucking
You forgot to fuck up Cyrax, and we got bit earlier.
Yeah.
Put some cuts on there.
That was really dope. So then we're off to the White Worm in the Red Keep.
The throne room.
In the throne room, which they gave Damon shit in the first season for like just hanging out in there.
Yeah.
But she's just allowed to wander in there, and she's in there with the hooker. And I'm sorry that I have to keep mentioning this, but that actress seems like she's quite a bit plumper than she was in the first season. So I don't know if she's just good acting. All the actors do though. It's the 2-year age gap that you're doing.
Yeah.
It works for Rhaenyra because she stays the same look for 2 years. It doesn't work with like Helena, Aegon, and some of these other actors. You can see they're aging.
Yeah. Yeah.
Melisandre you call her Melisandre.
Massaria.
Massaria for one. She is looking older.
Yeah, they're going to have to do Darren quick because
he's going to look fucking mature. He's
Yeah.
baby-faced right now. So she's showing off the throne and basically talking to the runner of the brothel saying that the queen is no longer wanting to hear petitions. And the whore is like, well, that's not a good idea, you know. And she's like, I agree. So I was thinking that maybe you come to me with your problem. And anybody else that has problems can come to me too. And she's like, you would set yourself up as her proxy.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, shouldn't somebody?
Yeah, she's going to cancel, which we don't even know if Rhaenyra did cancel.
Yeah.
Which I can see she did, but
Yeah.
we don't know. And she's like, at least have someone that could find when she's in a good
mood and give her that information.
And decipher which ones are kind of worthwhile and which ones are just shitty. 'Cause that's why she's canceling petitions. There's a lot of just like,
this guy stole my goat.
Yeah.
This guy stole my bread.
A girl came up missing. She's like, well, light a candle. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, I am way up here. I can't find every missing girl. So basically, the gal is like, oh, okay, this place has changed you. And she's like, no, I am with the common people.
The downtrodden.
As much as I ever was. She's like, are you? Or have you styled yourself a hero to gain access to these halls?
Yeah. And she's like, what kind of power could you really have besides just, you know,
Flattery.
Flattery, yeah.
And then she's like, oh, is that why you brought me here? So that someone could stare at you in your new place.
You don't have an audience.
In gowns, there you sit in silk, in a silk dress worth a year's worth of my earnings, as a whore, by the way.
Yeah.
So you could assume that they're probably paid more than other people in town. And she still can't afford that gal's dress in a year's time. She's like, so that's why you invited me here, to look at you in awe of your new high station kind of thing? And the White Worm's like, this was a mistake.
Yeah.
And that's when she's like, oh, I must seem so lowborn to you. How lowborn I must seem to you. And she just kind of looks at her pissed off. I'm still one of the poor people, even though I'm rich.
And before she goes, she's like, let me give you a little piece of advice before I take off.
She says, these people are not your people. And I wrote this down. She says, within the walls of the highborn, a whore will always and forever remain a whore. Like, you'll never be respected by any of these people.
Yeah.
Just because she likes to bop you.
You have something to offer. It's not they don't like you and they don't consider you one of them. You just are, you know, have a value at right now.
Yeah. It could easily be cast aside.
And I noticed the shitty accent kind of came back on Massaria in that scene.
Yeah.
Too.
She lost it a little bit.
Yeah.
Quick shot of just the queen returning with Rhaenyra.
In the dragon pit.
And she's just like, find her a room. I don't want to see her. She's like all fucking haggard and crying. Rhaenyra's probably just been fucking drilling her the whole ride home. You stupid bitch. What are you thinking?
Pulling her hair.
Yeah, thinking you could fucking ride a dragon. Who do you think you are? My son. My son! My heir! So then, quick cut back to Harrenhal. Alicent comes to Aemond. And where he's fucking training again. This guy wants to get back out there into the fighting.
He was to train.
And she's basically, she says, your friend doesn't want me here. So I don't want to cause any problems, and I will leave if it...
I don't want to impose on what you got going on.
Whatever situation you might have arranged. And he's like, no, nonsense. And she's like, anyway, I brought you some glass of wine. I remember the time when you couldn't fall asleep without it. And he's like, Alice doesn't trust you. And she's like, who do you trust? And he's like, totally. And he fucking swigs it down.
Well, and he's like, tells her, if he takes this opportunity, he's like, I
tried to kill him.
Yeah, I tried to kill Aegon.
And she's like, and she is genuinely a little shocked, I guess. Not shocked that he would try, but to actually hear that he did.
Yeah, that him admit it, too.
Yeah, that he openly admitted
She's just like, my foolish boy.
And she's like, yeah, I know. She's like, yeah, I know. Foolish boy. And I don't get that. Like, foolish, like, because you were jealous of him? Foolish because...
Yeah, I think it's her still trying to stay safe in the situation she's put herself in.
Yeah.
Like,
coddle him.
Yeah. Kind of like she was before she sent him off, you know?
Yeah, like patting his face and
yeah.
You're the best of
You're
my
all
sons.
I have left.
Yeah. So he drinks it, and he confesses all that. It's okay. Back in King's Landing, Rhaenyra is sitting there and looks like she's been crying, clearly having found out the truth. And she's got the handmaid in there brushing her hair.
The white worms.
Handmaid.
Yeah, established.
And Daemon walks in, and the gal goes to leave. And she's like, no, stay. And even Daemon was like, fuck. Alright. She's gonna have to hear
everything I'm gonna say is gonna get to the white worm.
Yeah, this is all gonna lay it out here. And he's like, she implored me not to tell you. You know? Why? And thing like, why do you
think that I'm this foul person?
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think of me? Kind of thing. He's like, I think you're my wife, but she's also my daughter that I've neglected. You know.
These are like my failings.
Yeah, and can you not say that? Isn't this have to be in some way to gain your favor or mine? Like she did this, not with bad intent, but to get one of us to notice her, to get one of us to care about her because she felt unseen or whatever.
And he kind of does, like, also you mentioned, like, also, like, you were very distraught over...
Yeah.
Just like, can you not understand me trying to hide this, to try and save that wrath on my daughter?
Yeah, and he's like, but you can see now that I wasn't trying to deceive you, or no,
no malice.
Yeah, I was no ploy against you. Yeah. There was no plot against you. I only had good intentions. I only wanted to spare you pain and all that kind of thing. And she's just like, she lets him touch her a little bit on the face, and, you know, but then she's just like, it is late. Like, upset with him. And he's like...
Well, and she also, in the middle of her, she's like, I've looked at that skull.
Hundreds of times.
She has the skull just in her bedroom. Like,
has it slowly been rotting?
I think it was cleaned up. You know? They let it sit in maggots or whatever, they eat off the stuff, and then like, brush off the bone.
That's all it sitting in there.
And she's like, thinking that was the killer of my son this whole time, you know.
Yeah.
But then she's like, yeah, when he goes to kiss her, and she like, kind of pulls away, and she's like, it's late.
It's like, oh, he's not getting none tonight. So he leaves, goes to walk out. And then it cuts to Bela sitting in a chair.
No, Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra, I'm sorry, sitting in a chair, looking haggard as fuck, tired, just kind of sitting there. Like, wake up, using
having been used to sleeping in the cave and on edge, she's like, when she wakes up even there, she's like,
Yeah, and Bela's like looking at her from a door.
oh, and she does look pissed when she's looking at her.
Yeah, her eyes welled up like, it's my sister. Like, I've been taking shit this whole time. Rhaenyra won't even look at me,
Yeah,
but I can't be mad because you're my sister.
You only wanted to be part of what we had.
I knew that you were upset about not having a dragon.
I tried to convince you that the bullshit Aaron was like.
And one of them thought that Vhagar should have been theirs, but remember when they were kids and Aegon claims him? It was supposed to be mine, it was my mom. He claimed it.
Yeah, you should have claimed her then, yeah, right.
Yeah, so she embraces her and she's like...
She walks up to her, well, she starts off by being like, I'm sorry, Rhaena, and she's like, for Jace, and you would have been queen, and that's what she says. Bela's like, enough, like angrily. And she walks over to her, and it's like, you'll start anew. And she's all crying, kind of like opens her eyes. I wonder if that's like a reference to mourning, and she will still get mourning, like an egg that hatches. I wouldn't trust her with a fucking dragon now, though. But I guess the people that wouldn't trust her aren't going to be around much longer, so it doesn't really matter. Back to Harren. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Alan is in town, rounding up Hightower loyalists with the city guard. He's fucking going to take his helmet off. It's like the ship. He looks like a construction worker.
Yeah.
He like takes his helmet off, like, ugh. Rough one.
Time to go in for an ale.
And he's a guy's sitting there waiting for him, and he's like,
this came for you.
This came for you, Sir Alan, or whatever. And he's like, okay.
It's like a nice bow wrap. He's like,
He's like,
maybe it's from Bela.
Yeah, what is this? Is this for all the sweet taking down I gave her earlier? She's just laughing off camera, that's why I'm laughing. But then he opens it, and is it his middle finger too? Did he
it's his ring finger, because it has
the sigil ring. I didn't see the sigil ring, but I wondered if it was still like, does Corlys wear the fucking...
Give him the middle finger.
Give the fucking middle finger with the fucking seahorse on the fucking... So clearly, he sent the message now. Ormond has sent the message to the people of Driftmark, at least the soldiers, Alan. It got to Alan specifically, so they know it's his son. To basically let him know, hey, we got your old man, and don't even need to tell you what not to do.
Yeah.
Somebody's got your old man, and what you're doing needs to stop.
Yeah.
Then we cut to Harrenhal, and Aemond. Alice is like in her room, and she just looks up.
She's in like her little maester witch room, like with candles and stuff everywhere.
And Aemond walks in,
all stumbling.
And he's like, Alice. Follow him.
Help me, like, again.
And she's like, idiot. And she goes over to help him. And then we have Helena's visions. Now she's sleeping. And the first one is like screaming, giving birth.
And the kid immediately gets handed off to like the Queen's Guard, and it just takes off with it.
Taking her kid, getting taken away. The next one is her on the first time you get to see Dreamfire. Purple, gorgeous,
badass.
Fucking all kinds of horns, like a fucking moose, like a moose antlers.
Looks almost like Melee's.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Badass looking, and she's on the back of it, and there's an army marching into the dragon.
I don't think it's an army. I think it's the people.
Oh, is it the people?
Because it's just a mad rush. It's not a march, and it's just a flood of people. It's coming in.
And she's fucking burning.
She's Dracarys.
Burning.
She's got badass riding gear and shit.
Yeah, she's got dope ass armor too.
And then it goes to her with the
peaceful life, and she's sitting with her kids
and chickens.
And
she's got chickens.
And she's got chickens, and then the gray mare's in the corner, and she's all happy, and it gets dark, and she stands up.
And you can see the eclipse happens in the back. So where the sun was, it gets eclipsed.
Oh,
and it gets dark. It starts snowing.
I saw the snow start to fall, and you see the cold air.
A fog,
blowing in. And I don't get why she's there, though. Because that's supposed to happen many years later. Or did they stall this? Is this a stall? Like, is there some sort of stall happening in the history?
I think it's just she's in tune with the song
All
Ice and Fire.
All of it.
Yeah.
And it all blends together.
Past, Learwood, she's a dreamer, all the White Raven, or the Blood Raven.
All of it winds together, and one big kind of
It's like a magic ethereal out there, and she's
past,
got an antenna.
Well, if you think about like the three-eyed raven, he would talk about time and move through time freely, as if it was something that didn't matter.
When we see that with like Hodor, how he becomes Hodor.
So Helena's saying that way
around in there too,
in the time frame.
Because she's talking with Daemon in the one vision, and then turns around and Aemond's there, and she starts talking in real life to Aemond.
Yeah.
And she was looking through the moon. Remember, she said she wanted to see the moon.
Fucking trippy shit. She better not have a crappy end. Anyway, then we cut to Rhaenyra, and she wakes up. Well, I don't even know if she's been asleep. She's distraught in bed, and
Well, it almost looks like she was like, because when the dreams end, it's Rhaenyra like
awake
in bed, and like it almost feels like, was she dreaming? She was.
Yeah, that's a good theory though. Maybe she was fucking having a dream too, some sort of weird dream,
or just feeling it,
Yeah, feeling the tenseness. She is pissed off.
She gets up, she's like, fuck it, takes the skull.
She goes to walk out, and then sees it, and is like, you know what, fuck this. Throws it, and it burns. I think that would be a hella killer fire installment for like Halloween. Sell to people, put this in your fireplace, and it burns like, like
a tree out log, like the one
Yeah.
that to clean your chimney, but it's in the shape of a skull. That'd
Yeah.
be cool.
For
or a
Halloween.
jack-o'-lantern or something.
Yeah, or a pumpkin. Anyway, she throws it in the fire, like you said, and then she
storms out and goes to see
her
this
girlfriend.
area.
And she's sitting there, and she's like, well,
She tells her, it was Rhaena all along.
And she's like, so I was right. And she's like, but you cannot say, I was right, he did lie to you, but you cannot say he, like,
had malice towards me. He was only you could have to say
you cannot say he betrayed me. He did deceive me, but you cannot say he betrayed me except in not betraying his own daughter.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And she's like, but at least doesn't it prove that he's willing to lie to you when he feels it's necessary? Anytime he feels that you can't handle it or that he wants to, he can lie to you. And you're supposed to be the queen, right?
Yeah.
No one's supposed to ever feel that way with you.
Well, and the queen goes, well, have you yourself not done it?
Yeah, buttered me up. And she's like, myself, how have I? She's like, poured honey in my ear. Tried to turn me against him at every corner.
You're trying to make me in your image. She's like, my image?
I've only ever tried to make you in Viserys' image. And
have I ever not just asked you what your father would do? And she's like, a lot of good that did.
Yeah, got me the love of the small folk. Got me the fucking
peace,
kingdom I want.
Prosperity.
Yeah, I don't got any of this shit. She sits down and she's like, my father was not a dreamer, but his whole life was a dream.
Yeah.
And then the White Worm's just like, don't lose faith. You're about to win. Aemond's all but slain. You're on the precipice of a great victory. You were the greatest, and Rhaenyra's just like, and I didn't like this part. This shows that she's unworthy. She asks, a common whore, if she is, and I'm not trying to get all weird about it, but you're royalty, right? And you see yourself as that. You're a Targaryen. You're one of the gods.
Yeah.
You're closer to the gods than anybody else. What are you doing asking a common hooker if she thinks you're worthy?
And she
doesn't matter what
her
she
head.
Like,
you think I'm worthy?
Yeah.
And she grabs it and she's like,
Rhaenyra. She talks to her with her name.
At first, she's like, Your Grace. Then she goes, Rhaenyra. And Rhaenyra stops, closes her eyes, and looks up at her.
And she's like, I never doubted it. Never more so than right now.
Yeah, she bends down and gets on eye level with her. Because it was weird before, because when she was saying, you're on the
She's
precipice.
almost looking like you're going to do this.
Yeah. And then gets down on eye level, and she is like, I've never been more sure than right now. And they kind of
lay back. Rhaenyra lays back.
Well, they do their little, is this going to happen again?
Mm-hmm.
And my Siri kind of gives her a little shove in the shoulders. And Rhaenyra lays back like, is this happening? Like, oh, I'm going to be queen now, and you're going to be king? Because she gets, on top of her.
Yeah.
Unnecessary lesbian sex scene.
Yeah, not that great either.
No.
Leaves you wanting more, as always. And, yeah.
Why can't we get Daemon and fucking Rhaenyra?
I actually said that. I said that when we were watching it. I was like, is Daemon going to walk in on this and be like, hey, can I get in on this? Because I've, hung out with both of you. Like, that would be realistic. Like, whoa, hey, sweet. So back to Rook's Rest. And Lannister and Aegon are just sitting there by the fire. And they hear the fucking drums. Deep breath. Okay, this is gonna happen. And they stand up. Lannister fucking pulls out his sword. And Aegon's like, so one final stand then, Sir Tywin? And he's like, Your Grace? And they're really going to do it, you know? And up marches Luton's army. And he's like, we claim these woods in the name of Queen Rhaenyra, you know. Prepare to throw down your arms and prepare to swear fealty to the, you know, the queen or whatever. And this is the part I was talking about. He looks back, and it's when Tywin's like, Your Grace, are you having second thoughts about fleeing?
No.
Was he looking back to see if Sunfire was going to get up?
That's what I'm wondering, because so he like, first he's like, we won't, you know, swear fealty or whatever, and he's like, is that you, Lannister? He's like, the queen wants to talk to you. Where's her gold at, or something like that.
Yeah, if you tell us where it's at, well, you get to die with your ears still attached.
Yeah, and then Aegon kind of like, oh, and yeah, Tywin's like, now you would consider fleeing? Like,
yeah.
You got all the way to this point, and are you like a coward?
Yeah, and
that's what I wondered, because like,
I didn't wonder until you said the blood magic thing.
So yeah, I don't think that he, you know, knew of a possibility of blood magic. And I don't even know, because I wrote that down, was he looking for, like, the dragon or something like that?
Or maybe it was because he knew he was going to die right there and he wanted to be closer to the dragon.
Something like that, because when the dragon shows up...
He is surprised.
Yeah. So when I first wrote that down, and then I actually scribbled it out, because I was like, oh shit, he was surprised seeing the dragon.
So maybe he was just looking back.
Eventually gives his big old speech.
And we will not bow to the false queen.
I am Aegon Targaryen.
Yeah. I was the sixth king of the Annals and the first man in the Rhoynar. I was anointed by the Sept.
In front of, you know...
thousands of people.
In King's Landing, yeah.
Look at me as I am now. You know, takes off all burnt and they're all looking all scared and backing up.
Not even really scared at this point. They're just like, holy shit, this is Aegon. We came from Lannister and we got Aegon.
Yeah.
And then you start hearing grumblings as his speech goes on. And then they're like, oh,
and they start backing off, and some start running. And he's like, ha ha ha, yes, flee! He's thinking like, cowards! Like that he's actually scaring them off.
Yeah.
And then you see Lannister turn around, drop his sword, right? And there is fucking Sunfire. And then Aegon.
Fucking zombie Sunfire.
Yeah, he looks bad. Fucked up. His eyes all fucking bugging out.
Yeah, when you put me back together, you missed a few buttons or something.
Yeah.
You're gonna be retarded.
And then I realized now that it's because he burnt the same side as Aegon did.
Yeah,
right?
so they're like mirror images of each other.
And
fucked up on the right.
His eyeballs bugging out. Aegon turns around and looks up. Sunfire? He's like, and turns around and looks at all of them as they're like backing up and going to run, and he's like, Dracarys. And then, boom, Sunfire unloads on them, and they're all like running. But even the dude on the horse that does a special shot to show him like looking back, fucking just engulfed. Lannister jumps to the ground and covers his head.
And the whole time,
he goes like, ah!
Doing like a Joker laugh, like fucking...
A rock star at a fucking concert or something. Loving it. And then the fire stops and he's still like...
like the new Mad King.
Yeah, like and I like that too, because it did give me the sense of, okay, he's not the sad sack. He's not going to be the sad sack when he has
He's not going to have a redemption. He's going to come back and be an asshole again.
Like he's supposed to be in the book when he takes Rhaenyra on for the final time.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, now he's got his fucking jive
his ego back.
Yeah, like, okay, burn him.
Yeah, I am fucking... It's almost like Rhaenyra when it was like, oh, the gods sent a dragon to me. They're on my side. Now he's probably like, my dragon came back. Like, I am the rightful one.
Yeah. Burn him.
I'm the prince that was promised.
Then
we got the final
stuff. Fucked up shit. We knew this was coming, but just up on the hill, which I guess...
This shouldn't be a possibility. This meeting should not be able to happen.
Yeah, because if anybody rides early, Hugh the Hammer, anybody flies over early, they're gonna be like, who are you sitting with on the
Yeah,
mountain?
we got like a wagon carriage, a nice little campfire, Ormond and fucking...
All sitting there having booze, like wine, fancy wine, or ale, because he's like, that's good ale.
Yeah.
And Ormond's like, so, my spies report to me that the other day in the city, Daemon Targaryen struck you in front of commoners and all that? And he's kind of like, trying to like not talk about it. And he's like, that is a shameful thing to do to one such as you, you know.
But Ulf was even like, well, the Queen did kind of
Tell me not to go into town, to be fair. And he's like, ridiculous. A man needs his pleasures, you know. But it appears that the Targaryens see you as a tool, you know, where I see you as what you truly are.
Yeah, the man you really are.
And then Ulf's like, last time we spoke, you said you could give me a lordship and a castle, Honeyhole. And then I thought he was laughing at him like Honeyhole was too nice for him to get.
Yeah.
But it was, Honeyhole's a trifle, like small, nothing compared to, turns out Driftmark might be opening up here soon.
How would you like to be Lord of the Tides?
And Ulf's like,
What makes you wonder if, like, does he know how to sail? Is he a big ocean guy?
yeah, nobody's going to embrace him at Driftmark. As the new
Yeah.
leader. He's not thinking that.
That might be to Ormond's in his play, though. Like,
Yeah.
you're never going to be able to keep Driftmark.
And I'll
I'll
take it
give
back.
it to you.
Yeah,
but-
and we'll get it back in.
And he hates dragons. He's like, we'll kill your dragons.
We don't give a fuck. And he says, how would you like that? And Ulf smiles, right? And then he's like, so, next time they see, or they won't laugh at you ever again.
Yeah, because he was
When they see
mentioning,
you.
like, when he did it in front of all the commoners, they all laughed at you.
Yeah.
He goes, next time they see you, they won't be laughing.
Looking at who you are, you know, at what you truly are. And he's like, no, they won't. They'll burn. And that shows that Ulf's ready to go fuck it. See, I knew that the abuse has driven him to the point of, not in the books where he seemed like it was like, well, we can, so why shouldn't we?
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like before. Well, we have dragons, why shouldn't we be the ones getting to take things? Where in this book, where in the show, it's making it really personal, like they're gonna burn from treating me like shit. I'm just as good as them, I got a dragon.
And he gives, like, the most sadistic smile before it cuts to credits.
Yeah, and like,
After he says, they'll burn, and he kind of looks up at Ormond.
so,
Do
obviously.
you think Hugh is going to see Ulf kill his wife or something like that, and that's what turns Hugh? Because right now, Hugh is still kind of Team
on the
Black.
fence, yeah.
But seeing, you know, if Ulf does it first.
And then it looks as though Ulf is, Lord Rhaenyra fixed her own men on him. And then they
Oh,
fight each other.
yeah, Ormond can make it seem like
Ulf did it on
Rhaenyra
his
sent
own.
Ulf on it.
Yeah, and then Rhaenyra looks like a fucking getting the dragon fighters against each other. Possible.
Yeah.
All we know is that Templeton is likely to be the last of the season. So they're going to end you on a fucked up cliffhanger.
Do you think maybe the last will be like we get to see Roddy go down
Everybody.
after Ormond or something?
I wonder, are we going to see Ormond die?
Or does Ormond not die? Maybe they carry him on longer.
Yeah, because he would be the second battle of Templeton.
Yeah.
So a lot of the bad guys are going to live, and you're basically going to see, if you follow the books, you're going to see her just lose the city.
Yeah.
Which is that's why I said the weak season, because you've left out parts like you said. You've been saying all
So
the
there'll
time.
maybe be a lot of like Rhaenyra's storyline in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it showed Daemon in armor and stuff like that, so there's going to be some kind of a battle.
I don't know. Hopefully. Does he go to Templeton? Not in the
Does
book.
he go to Harrenhal?
Ooh. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. They can surprise us. They can.
All I know is the next one's got to be the best one. There's no way to get around. It can't be worse than how it's been.
Yeah, they're the last couple fillers. And we will see you then.